All right, so I've got a little bit of time left, and what I wanted to just touch on as well is how do you decrease the pain of owning your product or service when you're out there talking to those buyers, talking to those prospects, talking to those potential clients. All right, so overcoming objections, reducing the pain associated with your product or service. All right, so what we're going to talk about in this section is there is so much we could cover here. I have to keep this simple. I have to make it obvious enough that it give you an idea, a tool that you can take away and go and use right now today. So I'm going to give you one of my absolute favorite ways of overcoming objections. And this, every time you overcome an objection, you reduce the pain associated with owning your product or service. All right, so this is one of my favorites. It's called the sharp angle close. And basically what it enables you to do is close someone on their own objection. So when they give you an objection, you can actually close them on it. And it's a really great tool. And I thought, again, I'd set this up with a really quick story to give you an example of how powerful it is. All right, so my wife knows me well enough now to realize, look, I can leave my birthday present or Christmas present to your choice, or I can just get what I want. So I'm always like, honey, if you want to tell me what you want, just tell me. So she tells me what she wants, and off I go. So this happened in the UK in a very well-known store in London that shall remain nameless, but think sort of Myer or David Jones, that kind of thing. All right, so I go into the store. I'm in the dress department in the store, and I'm clearly looking a little lost. And somebody who works in the store comes up to me, an assistant, and kind of goes, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Look, I'm really sorry. My wife sent me in here. I'm trying to find this dress in this size. Can you help?" And she goes, "All right, it's not in this area. Let's go over to the racks over here." So I'm like, okay, we go over to the racks, and she starts looking through and she goes, "I'm really sorry. We don't seem to have any of the size out on the store, on the floor. Are you okay if I go and check the storeroom? Are you okay to wait?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course, really happy to wait." So she goes away and she comes back quite a long time later, like about 5 or 10 minutes later, and she goes, "Okay, so I checked in the back and we don't have anything in that size. However, is our sister store, which is in Oxford Street, does have the specific size you're after. Are you willing to, we're actually getting a shipment from them later today. Are you willing to come back at, say, in 2 or 3 hours time, 3 to be on the safe side, and by that time it'll have been delivered?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's my wife's birthday tomorrow. I definitely need this. So yeah, I'm happy to come back." Now, I actually went back, they had delivered it, I bought it, and off we went. Now, the sharp angle close is basically based on a really simple formula. If we could reach agreement, would you still go ahead? And what this sales assistant did was she basically said, "Are you happy to wait if I go and look in the back in the store area?" I'm like, "Yes." "Great. So you're still going ahead." And then when she came out, she said, "Look, we don't have any, but I've checked with our sister store. If we can get it delivered, are you still going ahead?" So it's just a version of the sharp angle close, but done in a really nice, caring way. And you can use this absolutely everywhere and anywhere you like. So you can't find agreement on a price. So they want to reduce your prices, you want to put your prices up, whatever it happens to be. That clearly means you're not selling to emotional desires, but that's another conversation. But if we could find a price where you're happy and we're happy, would you still go ahead? Let's say the objection or worry is, can you deliver on time? If we can find a way of proving to you that we can deliver our product or service on time, would you still go ahead? It doesn't matter what people say. You can always come back and go, if we could find agreement, would you go ahead? And that's the power of this particular closing technique. It's brilliant. And I highly recommend, if you haven't used it before, get out there and give it a go. Now, there are a couple of caveats with this. The first caveat, which is the most important, is use it sparingly. Like, you don't want to keep cycling your prospect or clients through this agreement. If we could reach agreement, would you still go ahead? You want to use it once or twice in the sales process, and use it where things get really stuck. The other thing that you really need to know about this, which is super useful, is that sometimes people hold a objection, but they don't actually want to reveal what that objection is, right? So what this will, the sharp angle close enables you to do is it enables you to get to the deeper objection, so that when you're sitting there and you go, let's say they say, can you deliver on time? You go, if we could find a way of demonstrating to you that we can deliver on time, would you still go ahead? And they go, no. You know there's a deeper objection going on. And then it's a question of uncovering that objection and then dealing with that objection when you uncover it. So it's a really useful way of understanding how, when you're talking to people, what their roadblocks are. So it's more than just, here's a way to handle an objection. It's actually how you close people on their own objections as well.